The room fell silent when the order was given. Soldiers shifted uneasily, unsure if they were witnessing discipline or humiliation. She stood in the center, back straight, though her heart pounded like a drum inside her chest. Her uniform, her shield, her identity, was being taken from her, piece by piece, under the cold gaze of her superiors. What was left was not just fabric on the floor, but dignity, stripped in front of dozens of eyes. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you rewatching from. I love knowing who's listening. The whispers began almost immediately. Some murmured in disbelief. Others avoided looking at her at all, ashamed to be witnesses. And yet, she didn't bow her head. Every second felt like fire against her skin, but she stood taller with each layer removed. She thought she had prepared for every kind of trial in uniform. She was wrong. At last, she turned, her back now exposed to the gathered crowd. For a moment, there was nothing, just the raw ache of humiliation. Then came the sound, a sharp inhale, a silence deeper than before. The general, who had ordered the stripping, froze. His eyes locked not on her face, but on the tattoo etched across her back. The symbol was unmistakable, an emblem tied not to shame, but to honor. A crest known only to a handful of warriors who had bled together on missions never spoken of in public. His throat tightened. Memories of comrades lost, sacrifices buried in classified files, rushed back at the sight of that mark. The soldiers around her leaned in, sensing a shift they didn't understand. Whispers turned into questions. What does it mean? Why is he staring? The general's jaw clenched, his voice caught between authority and recognition. She remained silent, but inside her chest, something stirred. That tattoo wasn't meant for display. It was carved into her skin as a bond, a vow, a reminder of a life lived in shadows. It wasn't for approval. It wasn't for pity. It was for the brothers and sisters who never came home. The general finally spoke, his voice quieter, heavier. Where did you get that? The question wasn't just curiosity. It was a tremor of disbelief. He, too, carried that memory, though not inked in skin, but in scars invisible to the rest of the world. For the first time, the humiliation cracked. The crowd no longer saw weakness. They saw something else. Mystery, strength, a story they weren't privy to. The power had shifted, though she hadn't moved a muscle. The general lowered his gaze, the command in his posture faltering. He had intended to shame her. Instead, he was the one left unsettled, exposed before his own soldiers. A silence hung heavy, until one soldier, unable to contain himself, saluted her. Another followed. Soon, the entire hall was filled with the rustle of arms raised in respect. She did not ask for it. She did not even want it. But in that moment, the truth could not be hidden. Her identity was more than fabric, more than rank, more than the cruel decision of those who doubted her. The general cleared his throat, but the words caught. Discipline demanded he continue. Humanity told him to stop, and for once, humanity won. He gave a curt nod, turning away as though retreating from his own decision. Because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. She gathered what was left of her uniform and walked out, her back straight, her tattoo uncovered, the silence behind her louder than any applause. And as the sun struck the ink across her shoulders, she remembered the ones who gave her that mark, and knew she would carry them forward. Always. If this story gripped you, leave a comment below, share your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that reveal the courage, dignity, and strength hidden behind the uniforms we think we understand.